Okay, let's start with the topics. It's like all same topics every week. Famous 171. Everybody's talking about it, but nobody has seen it yet. It's crazy. 171 status of work. Any demos? No? Sipke, no demo today?
No, I made progress, but it's I want to show it next week.
Okay.
Then it's done.
Okay, Zoltan is not here. Demos, the new websites. Fun new websites. What else? This
Elections.
Elections already? Oh,
September.
Today?
Zoltan arrived. Zoltan, any demo today?
Are we talking about them or running them?
Let's talk first. Just to announce and everything. And well, the dictator wouldn't say, but
No, we're...
it's nice. The dictator is organizing the new.
Yeah, of course. How else am I going to get 98% of the votes?
Okay, elections. What do I have on my screen? Nothing interesting. What? No, this has been fixed. Okay, so let's start with the status of last week's work. I will share my screen. Benedek, tell me when you can see something, and not by waving at me, but just making some noise.
Hey, any word about the videos?
Yeah.
Videos?
Yes, they're almost done. And we will be putting them up on a dedicated YouTube channel. They should go up in the next couple of days. Long awaited. I apologize.
Benedek, nothing?
Still nothing. I have a big blank screen instead of black since I use a desktop version, but yeah, it's not loaded yet.
Benedek turned into a robot.
Probably just try the web app because it's loaded for me for a long time.
Yeah. Okay, it's just about talking either, so. So I think we ended up at this point from Zoltan fix typo. Then I think we saw those ones. Yes, Jeff Block made something, and this maybe I will show you. So this is what I've worked on last week. It took me so long to make OWIN to work, and then authentication. I will show you. So some pull requests were pulled. Media library alternate text bugs. Well, they were not used in the front end. This from Bertrand who fixed some styling, but he did more this weekend, so maybe he will show us what he did. I could not find. I saw the changes, but I could not see anything new. So maybe there is nothing to see or visible.
Because you didn't look hard enough.
Maybe. Maybe it was missing some documentation. to explain me what the changes were or something.
No, it's
This,
just fixing your crappy UI, so there is no need for
Okay.
documentation.
thank you. So some fixes on the taxonomy field. I think that it's Antoine who pushed this one, but I'm not sure. I think so. Okay, studio model, yes, to apply display name for taxonomies. Paging was broken, again another contribution. Look at all these names. You will hardly see me in this column. Same thing, background color, which was not applied in the filters apparently. Another contribution. Then Antoine fixed some stuff. This was a pull request also from, I'm not sure it's his real name, G. Coulens, to move the logic which was in a view for converting new lines into BR tags into a filter. So Nuno fixed the taxonomy issues he had found and I could not reproduce, so I trust him about not showing the hierarchies correctly. Do I miss something here? Nope. Then a long list. Look at that. Usually I squash them into one big commit, but he wanted his history made sense apparently. So look at that, like 20 commits, and then push. So it's all about a new Azure integration into the main web project and also the Azure solution. So Daniel,
and he wrote documentation.
yes, yeah, and lots of documentation about how to configure and how to deploy and everything. So just to remind you what he did last week, he enabled the Azure solution with Cloud Service to be published directly from Visual Studio. So you don't have to use the click to build Azure package script anymore. You just build the package from Visual Studio and you can deploy from there. And so the last 2 weeks he was working on adding new features to the Azure module, which has been renamed by the way. It was named Orchard.Blob storage, something like that, Azure Blob storage. We changed it to be Orchard.Azure, and there are more than just the blob storage inside it, and I will show you. So he did a lot of work, okay, plus the documentation. Then I had to clean his code because it was a mess. Okay.
By the way, why is that new module also added as a project reference to the Orchard.Web project?
It's also added to the Orchard.Web project, yes.
And why is that?
Because this is awesome. So you remember the discussion we had 2 weeks ago about the Azure Blob storage? This makes sense in Azure websites and all these features.
No, that's cool. My question is about why is it directly added as a project reference to the Orchard.Web.cs project?
Project reference. Oh, I missed that. Maybe an issue. I will see that. Maybe there is a reason, and maybe there is a reason I have to fix. I didn't see that. So issues with static fields somewhere. See, static, bad. You see here, static in web app and even more in Orchard means bad stuff will happen. So we refactored it and refactoring. This is fixing a bug which was duplicating the title in the admin section. Yes, this is for the DB cache. I will talk about this module just after. Same thing. Then Bertrand this weekend made some changes, like extracting some code into a separate JS file. So refactoring, I assume, just that, yes, refactoring and maybe cleaning up the code Yes, apparently cleaning up things. Again, I don't know what it is. Should I be ashamed of that?
Which one is it?
85 VH.
Oh, yeah. So the media picker, when you have a lot of media folders, it just goes to the basement, and you have to scroll. So let's say that you want to edit files that are in a folder that is very deep in there. You have to scroll down, select the folder, then scroll up, and look at your picture. So I just made all those sized relative to the viewport, and it has scroll bars now, so it's a lot easier to handle. It's just a very small, easy change, but it makes a world of difference when you use the media picker every day.
Great. I try to create more folders.
Oh, and it was also creating a bug with infinite scrolling, because you know how it only displays the first 20 images, but then it doesn't know that there is more, because there is no scroll bar, because the list of folders is so huge that it's determining the height of the whole thing. So you never have the scroll bar, and because of that you can never scroll to the next images. And I think there is still a potential bug in there, but it fixes most cases.
Good. Then Zoltan also decided to push his changes for the good. So he added his JavaScript anti-spam. And where is the copyright from? Is there any copyright? There is no copyright for Lombic or whatever. No, because the IP is now to outer curve. You lost everything by committing it.
And signing the contributor agreement, because you signed the contributor agreement, didn't you?
Oh, maybe I should tell you about that.
Seriously.
No, seriously, I signed it.
Okay.
Yeah, I sent an email to Daniel. I think he sent an email. I sent Daniel the instruction for that. But I tried to Skype Eric about that, and Eric, I missed him, but he's here today, so he has to do that. We need to send him some instructions too, because he is providing some interesting amount of code, which means more than 50 lines. Literally.
We should do the same with the templates and layouts before I leave.
Before you leave, sign everything you can.
Well,
then leave.
Okay, let's talk about it after.
Added edit button for each image in the media library field. Restyle buttons. Oh, field. I didn't see
That's
that.
why you didn't see it.
I was looking everywhere in the summary and in the import, and this field, I missed that. Oh, let's see this new button. I want to see this button.
It's very useful.
Dashboard. I'm slow here. That's why. Content definition. Page. Edit.
The video is lagging horribly.
Yes.
On everyone's screen?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's like 20 or 30 seconds. I don't know.
My bad.
Oh, it's like a minute late.
Okay, I restart my computer. You remember the issue that I had, and I have updated my drivers this weekend. I'm sure it's because of that. So I'm restarting, and we'll just use one screen. Okay. So see you in 2 minutes. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, I'm actually not sure it's a driver problem. I would suspect that it's just Link being very slow today.
Let me try it again.
I just muted Elon.
Apparently he is vacuuming.
What? Oh, vacuuming. Yeah.
Yeah,
Back. Oh, John.
He's trying to speak now, which is funny.
I am speaking.
Oh, you are.
And I said, thanks, the carpet's much cleaner now.
So Brett is living the Tesla lifestyle. He has his Tesla cap. Yeah, don't you have a Tesla shirt? Oh, he's muted too.
It better?
I don't know, I can't see your screen yet.
Oh, I'm sharing. Oh, well, I'm just adding a field right now. Who did that? Can anyone see my screen?
I can.
it's lagging behind
Oh,
very badly.
so I will just describe what I can see. So I try to leave a form like I did new page, and I try to go to content definition, and there is a pop-up saying confirm navigation. Are you sure you want to leave this file, to leave this page? You have unsaved changes. Please only accept to leave if you don't mind losing those changes. Who did that? Or is it just in Chrome? I want to leave. Select. Still have an issue here. It works. No big changes. So after Bertrand's change on the media library field, Antoine made some changes on the media library settings. Okay, typo. Action URL. Okay. Then Daniel pushed some other changes related to the new Azure module, some fixes he found, and I will check for Zoltan's comment on this one. So let me show you the module, if anyone can see anything. So let's first go into this one, references. Ooh, lots of references. Yep. Maybe they are necessary actually. I will stay with them. That's weird. Okay, so the idea of this module is to provide more Azure services than just blob storage. So if you go into the module.txt, so by default the main feature is the Windows Azure Media Storage, which is just blob storage, and but also now we have output cache. So if you're running on Azure, either websites or Azure Whole, you can use this feature to use a shared cache session. There are two kinds of cache, and we are still working on some details about which one to use, but currently it works with both implementations. So when you run on Azure and you have multiple instances, you can target the cache service from Azure to save the output results from the output cache module. And he also made a database cache module for this. One change that he made to enable this scenario, the database cache. So the issue with database caching when you have when you're on a farm is that the cache settings, like where the servers are, those settings might be into the database itself, which means you can't start Orchard because it doesn't know how to configure its database mapping configuration from an Hibernate, because to read the database you need the cache to be enabled. So it's the chicken and egg issue. Some have been to use the web config file to define those settings. And for instance, when you use memcached to do that, the issue with the web config is that it's not tenant aware. So the solution that Daniel made is that there is the configuration settings he's using, the configuration class he's using, will look into the web config for a general string connection string, like database cache connection string for every tenant, if every tenant have to use the same one, or if you only have one tenant. Then it can also look at a tenant specific setting by just prefixing the setting name with the tenant name and colon, like my tenant one colon database connection string, or database cache connection string actually. And it can also look into the Azure portal settings. So if you define the settings into the Azure portal, because there is a section for that in the Azure portal, you can also update those values. So everything is very interesting and can be used also for other modules which will need to load settings before the tenant is started. So for this database cache module. So here you can use almost every service that can be useful for on Azure, and this is very nice. I will check, Zoltan, I agree, I will check into those references here. This is weird.
By the way, in a comment like 1 hour ago, he removed the Orchard.Azure reference.
Okay.
So
maybe I will check that. Okay.
Anymore.
Great. That makes sense. Also, yeah, I have some pull requests waiting right now. One big from Eric, and your full name is Eric Opedisk. Yeah, Sipke could say it better than me. And and even Eric actually. So Eric is working mainly on the framework for 5 branch, and his last pull request, which is still pending, is about you removing all. You might let me show you something. Medium trust, removing all trace from medium trust. We have some code dedicated to medium trust. You can see it. Like in controllers, you see we cast some dynamic views to object because otherwise there will be some compilation issues dynamically. So we removed everything like that and just went back to strongly typed view models. Or not casting, actually, not strongly typed but dynamic, but not casting to object. And also one feature which is interesting, and that's why I've been pushing from pulling the pull request, is here. Let me look into find results, and this one. No, not this one. Find result. This one. Yes. So this is this is something that I commented out on purpose because at some point it broke medium trust, but this is a nice feature. So the idea is that if I uncomment those 2 lines, is that when using dynamic compilation, we are now able, because we don't require medium trust, to get the version of the current running Orchard. And we can define a compilation directive for this current version, which means you could, in your module, have different code for each of Orchard versions. Or let's say there is a new feature in 1.7 that you want to use, or you don't want to use it because you're on 1.6. You could do some if-else compilation directives to target specific Orchard versions. So if you want to release a module which could target 2 versions of Orchard, you could do that now. So this is just for dynamic compilation, and I think we should also update the compilation scripts to also include the current Orchard version directive, and maybe put it also in Visual Studio, so when you compile, it will use the correct directive for that. So that's why the pull request didn't pull it yet, because I think it's missing this in some other locations. So it was still pending, and now it will be able to use it. I think it's good for module developers. Any comment on this one?
Just waiting for the screen to catch up.
Nope, you can wait for as long as you want, it won't come. Maybe link issues today. I had some issues to connect to, so so just have to imagine what I'm showing. So yeah, so I can paste the lines in the chat window if you want. So the idea is
I can see them now. It's fine.
Okay. I don't know what you can see. But, okay. And so yeah, yes, he's also done a lot of work on this branch, as Daniel has done. And also Daniel, so Antoine was sharing the link. So Daniel has provided the documentation for the stuff he did. Where is this? Because I reconnected. Can you share it again, Antoine, the link to the documentation, please? Thank you. There's no soccer game right now, so you must be listening. So documentation is already live. First time we have documentation before the feature, and explaining how to change the settings directly from Visual Studio. You see, using the Azure Web Role properties, and publish the cloud service, the web role, configuring. So this is everything that is describing is completely new because of these changes. The fact of the way we can use Visual Studio now to publish directly. See deploying, okay. Azure website also, and nothing about the, yes, here, Azure Blob Storage and Azure website, and how to configure. You see Oh, this is to force the usage of a specific service if you want to force it without having to enable the feature. And where is the documentation for the web config? Here, you see Orchard Azure Media storage connection string, and here your connection string. And there should be the tenant specific one. There isn't. Okay, look into it. There should be a tenant specific one, or maybe I missed it here. For multi-tenancy scenarios, Orchard Media storage connection string setting can optionally be prefixed with a tenant name. Yes, but there should be an example here. Yeah, because it's specific, it's like tenant name colon something. I have to check into that. But this is awesome. Thanks, Daniel. I think that's it for the status. Did I miss anything? So 1.7.1 has been pushed because of these changes. I wanted this module to be done before we push it, because it enables Visual Studio to publish directly onto Azure. I fixed all the other bugs which were blocking, like the live writer one, taxonomy, JSON results on output cache, and I will look into this latest fix for the references, the assembly references in the main project, which should not be there. And then I think after I will publish 1.7.1. Okay. If you can try it, it will be nice. If you can publish it on Wazet, for instance, or the beta website we all use to verify that it works.
I'm already using it on my dev machine, but no, I can't push it yet.
Okay, I will try to.
Essentially, it works.
Okay, I will try on my blog at least.
So what is missing for?
Now I'm just, because of these new issues here, the references, they shouldn't be here. I mean, in the web project, in the main web project, there are some references to Azure assemblies. So I will check. So Zoltan said that somewhere Daniel already pushed something for fixing that, so I will see that. It's just a very minor thing.
So it's this week.
I said that 3 weeks ago. So yes, this will be this week. Sure.
Did you look at all the new bugs this week?
No, no. I gave it a very quick look. I didn't see anything important, but maybe I've missed something. Sometimes when they are important, I know you ping me. Hey, look at that.
Mm. Well, I do still have an issue with workflows. I sent you a stack trace.
Okay.
So that's still not working for me, but apparently I'm the only one, so...
Okay, I try to look into that.
Shouldn't prevent 1.7 from shipping, I think. But if you could take a look.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually surprised by this stack trace because it has a rules namespace.
Mm. No, sometimes just typo. I forgot to rename a namespace when I copy-pasted something.
Well, that should be fixed as well. So.
Yep. Antoine is the official committer for typos. I assign him to it. Did I miss anything? No, I don't think so. We are still waiting for Philip to release a Bootstrap 3 version of his theme. Because he made the Bootstrap module, but that's okay. It's coming. Great. It's late. What the?
Is there any possibility we could see a demo
of
that module?
The Bootstrap module?
Yeah.
I can do it right now because look at that. You just go. It's already there for a long time. There are some bugs, by the way, but you must know about them. If you go to themes, yes, leave this page. And I need to share my screen. if you can see it. Share. Desktop. I'm sharing. So I just go to themes. In the meantime, while you can't see my screen, I explain what I'm doing. And in the search box, I just search for Bootstrap. Search. And I can see more now. Bootstrap version 2.3.2.1 install. Installed. Then if I think it's, oh, maybe not. I will set it as a current one. Can anyone see my screen?
You just clicked install.
I just clicked themes.
I think your screen's about 1 minute behind your voice.
Okay. So first bug is that when you enable the module, there is a test menu item called foo under themes. So I assume it should not be there. And you also have choose options under theme, which goes to a dedicated UI, where you can decide to use a fluid or fixed layout, different options, and also very nice, a way to select predefined custom Bootstrap themes from Bootswatch. So for instance, I like the Cosmo one, so I can use it's kind of an alternate for Bootstrap. I save it and I can go to the home page, and so you just enable the module, the theme is there, you select the theme as the default one, and it works. It works, and you can even select some variations from the main Bootstrap, which is very nice.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yep.
Bootstrap's 3 or 2?
It's 2. That's why I mentioned it's not updated to Bootstrap 3. And this is actually I use it for my monkey space session, just because everyone knows Bootstrap and likes it, so it's the default in the new MVC templates, by the way. So yeah. So very nice. Just needs to update to the latest version. Boom. What else? So new websites, I will copy paste them. I'm sharing open to show you.
Does Philippe do theming in general? Is that his background, or?
Not just that. I can't speak for himself, is there?
He's got dark humor, that's for sure.
Okay, everything's open now. This, and that. So this one very nice. Omnia is a website from where? AE. I don't remember. Oh, Emirates, somewhere there. Emirates. Very nice one. Kind of metro-ish. This one, the usual car seller of the week, but this week we have 1, 2, 3 of them. I tell you, the guy who makes those websites will thank us someday, because he's making so many websites with his only solution. This one, and same icons actually, and they're nice. So many.
Same fab icons.
Yeah, but there are so many websites for car sellers that are going out. and there are so many vertical applications that you can make with Orchard. This is a very nice usage, and you can apply it to so many markets. So I know some guys are doing it for hotels in UK and for restaurants. This guy is doing it for car sellers. Yeah, you can reuse it again and again with Orchard. This one from the guys in New York who are doing the same thing, the same structure of a website, and they are applying it for different domains, repeating the same recipe, thanks to Orchard recipes and modularity. Sports website, no, marketing website. Nice, big images. This one is interesting because it's RTL language, so you can do it with Orchard too. Insurancequotes.com, nice one. And this one I already showed. So nice websites this week, as every week. What else? New website, 171 elections. Okay,
Yeah,
that was quick.
Yeah, we'll do it like last year with maybe a difference in the way people are allowed to vote. So the last two times people had 5 votes and were able to spread them any way they wanted. And I think we shouldn't do that again. We should limit okay, you have 5 votes, but I don't even know if you have 5 votes, but you can put all your votes on one person.
Cannot or can?
Cannot.
Cannot, right. So let's say there's 10 people on the list, you can distribute 1 vote per person. And therefore you're choosing who you would like the 5 people to be.
Yes, exactly. Yep.
Then 5 and can...
The reason for that change would be that it distorted the vote. I mean, a group of people could really change the outcome, by all putting their 5 votes on one person. So it was kind of privileging groups as opposed to people. So I think it will be more. It will be a more just system if you can only vote once for one person. But I'm open to.
I agree, and I think by agreeing I put myself in jeopardy. So, but I agree, it is more fair.
So I'll set up the thread so that people can present their candidacy.
Should we read the feedback from last year? Did we have any feedback from the voting? Because I don't remember how it went. I remember I was elected. That's it.
Well, there was some feedback along those lines.
And did people complain about when we said no, you can't vote because you just created an account to vote?
No, nobody ever complained about.
So this one is okay. Okay.
Yeah, and I think it worked pretty well. A few people were attempted to vote without having participated before. Their votes weren't counted, and that was the end of it. No complaints. That was as long as you announce the rules in advance, people tend to not complain about them so much. As long as it's clear what the rules are, you're fine.
Okay, so schedule is to announce the rules next week or this week?
Yeah, I create a thread.
Okay.
I will describe the rules, and people will be able to respond with their candidacy and a short text explaining why they think they're a good candidate, like we did last year.
I remember last year, yes. My text was, I don't give a shit, so vote for me or...
Yeah.
So this year will be, yes, I will get elected, so go. That's so mean.
Yeah. So there are 5 seats for the steering committee, like last year, and they're all renewable every year. And those 5 persons, once elected, elect the benevolent dictator.
Oh, look at the talk. Yeah, Ilan has a good idea. We should include harvest participants. Yep.
Yes.
They paid for it, so they should
Okay.
vote. We should make people pay to vote.
Or vote
And
with
Bitcoin.
money.
Yeah, make this a plutocracy.
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin.
It's a donation.
It's a donation. I
Donation
think
to
at some point we will have to talk about an organization, an Orchard,
Yeah.
something like that, because this might have helped us for latest harvest, and at some point we will need some structure to finance it.
Well, Benedict, you know, not everybody pays taxes.
Now, Big Brother's going to listen.
Income taxes, at least.
Maybe there is different in the States.
I think nowadays it's pretty much the same in all democracies. I mean, there is always proportionality. So. There are, on the other hand, people who are paying taxes who are not represented. So. Immigrants usually have taxation without representation. Who's making that noise?
I will mute him.
Philip.
Let's mute Philip.
Okay.
Okay. And Nick will do a demo next week, just to put the pressure.
Demo of what?
What we talked about.
Maybe that, or maybe one other thing. So yeah.
No. I don't care about the other thing.
You don't even know what the other thing is.
I don't care. I just care about what we talked about. Whatever the other thing is, screw you. Do it. That's it.
Ilan and Sipke, do you want to say something about the idea of an organization? Do you have ideas around this?
Yeah,
Is it
but
already done?
kind of is been put together, but isn't official yet. The problem being my so I'm leaving One Stop, and I'm moving to another position in another city and state, and
No, CEO Microsoft?
well, if you guys have to know, and the first thing I'm going to do is unwind the deal that was announced this morning. Dumb. That being said, and so with all that, like I've spoken with Sipka a little bit, and I need to speak, I think, with Sebastian and Bertrand a little bit more with regards to harvest and some other things. So I don't want to go too far at this point.
So leaving One Stop, you mean okay?
In this wall that you see behind me, you won't see that wall behind me next week.
Oh, dude, really? That's soon?
I asked Brett if I could take the wall, and they said no. Can you believe it?
What city, by the way? Just out of interest.
So I'm going to Austin, Texas.
Ah, Boston. Nice.
No.
Austin.
Austin.
British accent, they're not an Austin American.
Yeah.
Austin, Nick. Austin.
I know. It was a joke. Jeez.
It's still fun, no matter where it is.
There is something that I've been thinking about for a while now that I would propose to everybody here. I think it would be really fantastic, and obviously this takes money, but I don't believe a lot, for Orchard to have a presence at South by Southwest. And by that I mean a booth, and some demos, that people can go and talk to some of you guys and look at stuff. I know Beatrice went last year. For those of you who know who she is, her company Bind does a lot of theme, has a theme engine. It does a lot of theme management for various platforms, and it was very successful for her in terms of exposure. And there's a lot of people walking around and actually talking to other platforms and frameworks that are similar to Orchard. And so I think it's a really great interactive festival to have a presence on the floor.
When is it this year?
It's always in March. I'll give you the specific dates in a second. It's not that expensive to have a booth.
Last year we got some comments from some guys saying we should have been there.
Yeah.
And also you can vote, I think, for the sessions you want to see.
Yes, but we may be too late on that.
Too late, yeah. That's why I asked when it was, because I think I saw a few months ago some calls.
But South by Southwest it's a really, first of all, Austin's a fun town, and it's a great festival. There's music, film, and interactive. Interactive I went to 10 years ago, which again tells you how old I am. But it was a fairly small one and very open. You could meet and talk to anyone. It's become a massive one, which pulls in people that have very little to do with technology, like Justin Timberlake and Ashton Kutcher does invest, and so he is a face and a voice in technology, no question. But so there's a lot of celebrities that come. There's a lot of great companies, a lot of showcases. It's pretty great. And the first registration deadline is in 3 days.
Registration deadline in 3 days. It's in March. Crazy.
They have different tranches, so it makes a big difference. It makes a big difference. Wow, it's a lot more expensive than it used to be. That's funny.
Great. We'll see.
Thing I just wanted to throw out there.
Good idea.
Okay.
So we won't be seeing Elon on the call for it.
Well, it's an hour a week. That I don't think is a problem for me. Like I can do what I want on my lunchtime. So I certainly would like to stay very heavily involved. I would like to run. I plan on running for the committee. Doesn't mean I'll be elected, and we'll see. I've put a lot of time and energy into this thing.
I'm surprised that you're leaving one stop, Elon. So.
Well, that's a longer conversation that shouldn't be videotaped.
Why, beers and naked, whatever.
I saw a smile on Sipka's face the minute you mentioned the word naked, so I don't know what
yes, that's right. He was. There was no expression at all on his face, and I said naked, and look at him now. It's crazy. Are you single, Sipka?
I am, actually, yeah.
You see? Look at that.
There you go,
Single in California. Single in
It's
Santa
the best
Monica.
thing to be. If you're in Santa Monica, it's better if you're single.
On your bike, wow.
Well, stripping around in.
I don't know which of the two work the best, a bike or a Tesla in Santa Monica.
A Tesla on the back of your bike.
Or the opposite.
The opposite too.
On the roof, I have a bike on my Tesla's roof.
Tesla Roadster is probably best.
Oh yeah, they should do that. Okay.
All right. Well, thanks everyone, and see you next week.
See you next week, guys.
See you guys
Bye-bye.
later.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.